Many U.S. residents would be at risk of dying or suffering from the results of an eruption. When volcanoes erupt, they shoot out lava, which becomes ash during the eruption as it's shattered into tiny particles. Volcanic ash is made up of tiny, dust-like fragments of jagged rock, minerals, and volcanic glass. Volcanic ash is a big mess, being hard, abrasive, and not dissolving in water, according to the National Geographic Encyclopedia. It can also conduct electricity when wet. The main concern with an eruption at Yellowstone revolves around the span of the ash. How far away could it get? Most of the United States could get covered with the ash, as it was in the previous large eruptions at Yellowstone. More than a dozen states could be covered entirely or partially with ash and debris. Places nearby the eruption would also have to deal with the pyroclastic flow, which is basically an avalanche of the ash, gases, and rock mixed together. The flow can raise buildings, uproot trees, and cause massive damage and loss of life. In addition, calderas would form across areas in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and other states. These are broad volcanic depressions created as the ground collapses. The ash is thick, more than about 30 centimeters of ash near the eruption source and a small fraction of a millimeter once you move 2,000 miles away. It's fair to say that a trace of ash would be found over most of the United States, though it would only be thick enough to collapse roofs in the states closest to Yellowstone, according to Jacob Lowenstern, scientist in charge at the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory. The ash would also hang in the air for several days, blocking sunlight and making it difficult to breathe. The ash would decimate crops and make it near impossible to grow food for a period of time. A lot of people would perish, said Stephen Self, director of the Volcano Dynamics Group at the Open University in the United Kingdom, noting that if an eruption happened, he would predict American refugees landing up at the Mexican border. The floor of the volcano is breathing like an animal. It's rising and moving up and down because of magma inside the volcano, according to volcanologist Haraldur Sigurdsson. Yellowstone erupted about 640,000 years ago, as well as 1.3 million and 2.1 million years ago. These are the large eruptions. The Yellowstone-size eruption will occur. Of course, we have no idea when. It is being monitored very, very closely, so there is no chance of it occurring without any warning. But it's a devastating event. Devastating to aviation, communications, and agriculture, volcanoes can change the course of history. Never before have so many people lived within a striking distance, 200 million worldwide. Science is good at warning of eruptions that are weeks away, but beyond that, it's impossible to predict which one is next or how big it will be.